I'm going to go over a few tickers starting with Anet. Trader Murat has been tracking this for quite some time. He reminded me about the recent stock split, and I have forgotten to go back and take a look at this chart. So let's break it down for you. First on the 5-minute time frame, and then I'll show you the other time frames as well. We ended the day at 108.25, up 1.33%. This is where we are. To the north side takes us to one level of resistance and a potential take profit area at 109.28. Above that, 111.04, 111.94, and roughly 112.85. That is the outer band. I do not anticipate we touch this line on Monday, but potentially at the end of the week if we continue to go up. But never expect price to go up to 4 standard deviations in one day, especially if we're below this median line. Now to the south side, 107.54, that is one potential buy-in area and a potential stop loss as well. 106.62 and 105.71. Looking left, you can see the clear bounce at support, run up to resistance here, and then falling back down to support, back up to resistance, and then grinding towards the middle of the trend here, and then back up again. And that is your clear sell signal. You close out that position at that line. That's what that line is for. And then see how we fell down to -4 standard deviations, and that was a huge run up. People bought the dip, and then we got close to the line, but not quite all the way. And sometimes you never get there. It's just going to start cracking, and it did. And then if it falls down through this line, that is support. On the way down, those lines are support. On the way back up, it's resistance. It's got to bust through that area. Well, Murat sent me a message on the 4th, letting me know about the stock split. And that night, price was down here at roughly 103.59, ran up off of the split. So congrats if you got in, got up, and got out. That took you all the way to 108.94. And then this is resistance. You know what's going to happen. We've talked about it many times, and it did. We fell back down, and when we go down, that line turned into support. So we stayed along there and then fell back down. This gap opened up to the upside. We anticipate it to fall to the downside to close, and it did. So that was on Wednesday to Wednesday. So that was an easy closure, same day. And that's the only one that I'm tracking. But when I go to the bigger time frame, you'll see more gaps and more opportunities to buy this cheaper. So he said, this is the note he sent me there, cheaper after the 4-to-1 split. And now I will take this to another time frame, but note the RSI is falling down, so we could go lower and then go back up again. So this would maybe fall in line with this and then start to go up. We are in an upward channel. Let's go to the daily. You can see it gets harder to make sense of everything because of all of these markings, notes I've made. But this is where we are. That green line, 108.25 to the north side takes us to roughly 111.28. And later on, 115.63-ish and roughly 119, let's say 92-ish. And then to the south side, back at the median, 103.02 and then 94.45. And then we've got a gap to the south side. Oops, you have to extend this to right there because I've got the magnet turned on. Oops, the magnet's still on. You have to go one tick beyond that, and then because I've got this magnet turned on, it doesn't like it. gets wonky. All right, 95.53. If you look left, this gap has already closed out on the daily. And this one as well to the downside at roughly 101.36. This gapped down, so then it would gap up, and that took us to 106.22. And then we've got this one. All right, still in play, taking us to the downside. And then we've got this other opportunity. Obviously, you're not going to like seeing this if you bought up there, and we may never get back down there. So you have to chart this, and you can see what moves we're making. And then we've got another one right there. I've not gone back. Oh, and another one right there. But that takes us all the way to the 40s. I don't think so. I'm not even going to bother to mark that out just yet. I'll do that later. Now, that's on the daily. Let's look at this quickly. Before I do, let's look at the RSI. Not overextended yet, but watch out for that. It will get overextended at some point again. And that is another sell signal. On the daily, the highest RSI looks like right here. Can we go higher than that? Sure. But maybe we won't. So your radar needs to go off soon here. It's getting close. We're inching closer. Just using that as support and resistance. And then you know what happens. So that's the daily. Let's go to the weekly. RSI still turning up, not overbought yet. Ignore that line because that line is marked out for the daily. So on the weekly, and we are overextended, the next target is going to be 117.18, and that will beat the 52-week range. And I don't know if Tradingview has marked out for the monthly, because there are not enough info for it to do the grid for you. But there you go. Now, a long time ago, I was tracking this with Murat because he's been in this for a while now. Before the split, he let me know. Oh, he let me know up here before the split also, and that was on November 1st, it appears. So he sent me a message saying that in the future for 2025, he's looking for growth with CLS, AVGO, and Anet after the split. And here we go. So the split was coming, and it did, and now you can buy it at a better price, more affordable. I don't know what all these are. Let me delete. But look at that, the split took us all the way down. It's hard to read there because it's a mess. Maybe on the daily does it take me up there? Yeah. So this was the message on the daily. Oh, let me check one thing. So now that we've already hit our target, the next potential to the upside, the max is $125. And then based on 27 analysts, they're thinking it will go down minimum of $27.50. Okay, that's going to get gobbled up if we get to that level. But we will be pulling back once we potentially hit a higher RSI. But just know this so that you can buy in at a better price and then start your position. Start dollar cost averaging in. Now that I am here, let me see that one more time. 15.47% if we make it to 125. I will mark out, let's just mark it out here. Oops, or not. 125. 125. 1 year price target 125. Let's turn that white line white. I don't know what I just marked. Okay, let me just go to, that's the 1 year price target. And on the 5, let's see how that got extended. Option R. Oops, stay on. Why did I mark out? Oh, I did that one on accident on the other time frame. So 125 takes us up here. So that is what we can look forward to with all of these gap closures to the south side to be aware of as well. And that is in line with some of the analysts thinking we have room to go to the downside. All right, so that's Anet. I want to go over DOW, and I am making this video for Nate, who wants me to go over my 20 tickers that I am tracking. And I started that with microchip. I don't know. I have to go back. I look at so many tickers. So this is number 2 on my list. 2 out of 20. I told them that I will start building out a position for the future of things that I would be attracted to buying. Now, I already bought this on, what date was that? The 4th. And it went up. And then, of course, it went down. That always happens to me. Let me get rid of my magnet. Oops. So I bought it here. And if you're just doing small little movements, 1.15% for one day, I'll take that. That's more than Chase pays you. Don't ever leave your money in the bank at 0.0001% or whatever it is. That's ridiculous and a joke. No, thank you. All right. And then it fell down. I could have bought more and I didn't. And now we're just sort of basing sideways. But this will be on my watch list here. The 1-year price target is $55.16, which represents a 31% return from where we are. I love it because we are also at the 52-week low. Where is that? Oh yeah, we hit the 52-week low, another 52-week low on this date. So this ticker has started to tank. So here we are on the daily. The 52-week high is $60, and that is right about there. But on the daily, we're still going down. The RSI turning down as well, not looking good. But that's good if you're trying to start a position maybe, but we could continue to fall. So you got to figure out if you're interested in. But again, this is just a stock watch list for you, but I am actually in this trade. To the upside takes us to roughly 44.69. To the downside on the daily 41.04 and then 37.39. And the forecast, there are no analysts predicting we'll go lower. So hopefully that's true based on 24 analysts. But don't hold your breath on that. Back to the 5. Now let me give you some price targets. Okay. 42.47, 42.80, 41.46, 40.78, 40.43, and potentially more downside action, but not on Monday, 40.09. This is later on if we continue to go south. And then we've got an opportunity to close up here. And that will take us to 43.83. And then this will take us to roughly 44.62. And I think I do have this in my gap and go trades. I've been tracking this one for a little while and let's go back to the daily. When did I start getting prices for this? Apparently I was tracking this in 2022 and now I'm finally buying it. That's funny. Let's go to the monthly to see if I did any other. Oh, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So the high I tracked in January was 50, or May 57. So now we are starting to tank, and that's why I like it. But of course, we could go down some more, so be careful. And now the next one I want to go over is, let's just go over Apple really quick. Apple and Palantir hit another 52-week high. Palantir did. We've been making higher highs here. Oops, stay on page. I'm at Option R. I do that all the time. So really quickly, I just want to show you, we hit a 52-week high of 244.63. I am deep into this ticker, 242.84. Okay, your next target is 243.71 and 244.72. To the south side, 242.18, 241.65. There's always a south side. But be careful because, oh, look at that. We're going up, and then we could just follow the pattern going down as well. You never know. I have got to clean this up later, but there were some opportunities to take us long, and that closed out right there at 226.86. I told someone once, never doubt Apple. And look at where we are now. The 52-week low is at 164. I think that's probably the range that I stopped buying Apple. But I don't know, I have to look. I get 1 to 3 shares every quarter, I think, for the dividends. I'll have to go back and look. Like I said, I'm deeply, deeply invested. All right, the next one is going to be Palantir very quickly. I've just talked about this one so much in the past, but I talked about it here Thursday night, and on Friday we hit the price target that I've been tracking. And today we hit 76.82, as the high, and then we ended here. So let's mark that out. This is not going to be on my top 20 Mag 20 tickers to watch because we are too high for my taste. For a new position, I will not do that. 78.49, 79.85, and 81.15, 75.85, 73.13, 71.77, and 70.43. And now today's middle of the trend is right here. So this was the middle of the trend when I looked at it on Friday, and then today is Friday. So Friday to Friday. Oh yeah. Let's see what that range is. So that is an easy 5% return, not too shabby for a week there, but remove. If we had gotten in down here, let's hypothetically say, and then sold off here, that's a 6.85% return. So not too bad. Let's take a look at this. I don't think I'll be taking a look at this for a while again, unless there's something new and exciting. But watch out for all these gaps to the south side. I don't think we're going to get down this low this fast too, because people are buying in and institutions are as well. But of course, they're going to flush us out, so that way you get scared, sell your position so that they can buy it up even cheaper. That is the name of the game. So just be aware of that. And we're overextended on the daily, overextended here as well. And why did I mark this white line here on the, oh, that is for a different time frame. But for the monthly, this is the high we've gotten. And I like to troll on the monthly. All right, that does it for me. That is a look at Anet. Thank you to Marat for pointing that out. And Dow on the Dow. And then Apple and Palantir. I have another ticker that I want to put on the Mag 20 that I'm building out. All right, have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next one.